everyone, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. We are back from our break. Huzzah! And now that we are back from our break, it is time to get started on Chapter 2 of Final Fantasy XIV. However, we are not getting to the main story yet. So, we are coming up very quickly on the first multiplayer duties of the game, which means we're going to want to be well prepared. Granted, these first multiplayer duties aren't too difficult and they are intended to be tutorials, so it's not a big worry if you're not fully prepared. I want to be fully prepared. So, we are going to be doing something a little bit tedious. Let's see, how to explain this. So, we have 3 tutorial dungeons coming up, where we will party up with our other players to go through them. There will be one in each of the major areas, one in Lenosia, one in Thanalin, where Ul'dah is, and one in the Black Shroud, where Gridania is. There are also a ton of jobs and classes to pick up in each of the new city-states that we have not been able to go to before. So the general plan is we're going to get all of the classes for an area to level 15, and then we will take care of that area's tutorial dungeon. And we'll proceed like that until we have done all the tutorial dungeons and everything is caught up. We have a lot of classes to learn, but once we are through this little speed bump, we should be fine. It should be much smoother sailing from there on. Starting off today, we are going to be taking care of our next blacksmithing quest from Brithale. Forge Master Brithale seems upset. Perhaps there is something you can do to help. Ah, hells, not now, lass. Can't you see I'm struggling with a matter of great import? Being Forge Master ain't all drink and debauchery, especially when Hanan's is breathing down my neck. We're a business, she says, and it's our job to ensure Naldic and Vimeli stays profitable or some such bollocks. To which I says, now look here, you greedy shrew, we're making a mint off our commission from the Maelstrom, ain't we? Well, mayn't I mayn't have said true. Anyway, any road, the greedy shrew then starts yattering on about expanding into new bleeding markets. Says we should be selling more to the tree folk in Gridania. Says I should be the one to develop a plan of action. 7 hells, lass, I'm a smithy, not a merchant. I've never even been to bleeding Gridania. Oh, and it gets worse. See, we need a man with connections, don't we? Someone who can make arrangements with the tree folk. So Hananza goes and finds one, right clever bastard by the sounds of it, and orders me to go and meet him. So I goes and meets him, only to find it's none other than bleeding Phaser. And I'd sooner bash my own teeth in than talk to that piece of... Wait a minute, I know how to deal with this. You can talk to him. You'll help old Brithale handle this Gridanian nonsense, won't you? Course you will. Go on then, chop chop. You seem to have a lot of opinions on a lot of people. Alright then, so we are speaking with Phaser in order to start up a business relationship with Gridania. Here on Brithale's behalf, you say? I might have guessed. That whoreson doesn't realize the trouble he's in. Well, it's his neck. I'll work with you, Smith, and I'll even keep my diction simple. Taking instruction from that drunkard will have dulled your wits. Now listen. Now, dealing with Gridanians is no different from dealing with anyone else. Everyone has needs, it's just a matter of identifying and fulfilling them. Anyone with half a brain, which discounts your mentor, knows that the Forestborn do not want for wood or leather goods. You'd have more luck selling brine to a fishback. What they do lack is steel. Theirs is an insular, isolated nation that has long sought to survive without relying overmuch on foreign trade. But the Calamity changed all that. Half a decade on, and with no end to the rebuilding in sight, they have been forced to open their gates to adventurers. And where there are adventurers, there's demand for weapons and armor. Quality weapons and armor, mind you. My Gridanian contacts would accept nothing less. I'll need some samples to show them. Bring me a bronze spatha and a spiked bronze labrys for this purpose. Alright, well, I believe we happen to have already crafted those exact goods. Lovely. I was hoping to save them for my own classes, but sure, I'll hand them over. Let's go ahead and hand over bronze spatha. Oh, we already have the bronze Labradus equipped on a class. We're gonna have to make another one of those. Alright, spiked bronze Labradus. What do we need to do to make you? Spiked bronze Labradus is going to be right here. We need 1 ash lumber, and then we can just build it with what we have. Perfect. And we'll do a quick synthesis. I'm not too worried about quality for this. Sure, I could get a little bit more experience if I made a higher quality one, but we're handing it over, so. Alright, Phaser, I bring you a Spatha and a Labradus. These will require closer inspection. Inside, Smith. You made these weapons? I must confess, the quality is quite good. I thought you no more than Brithel's errand girl, but it seems I was wrong. Only a true smith could have made these pieces. As I rather suspect you are aware, a poorly wrought weapon can cost a man his life. Be it brittle, prone to blunting, or unevenly weighted, every flaw will serve to hinder its owner on the battlefield. Not so this Spatha. Well-tempered and perfectly balanced, it is a weapon fit for a warrior. Hells, with a blade like this, even I could probably best a beast or two. And this Labradus is a work of art as well. Simple, solid, and more than capable of cleaving a fish back in two. If even a relative newcomer to the guild can produce work of this quality, then my contact will have naught to worry about. These samples should convince him of that. It seems you've saved your mentor's job. You just leave the rest to me, Smith. There's nothing easier than selling an excellent product. Alright, well, glad to hear that went well. Let's go ahead and grab, what do we want to grab? This will give 3 item levels, this will give 10. So we're going with the ash patents. And now that that's taken care of, next up we're going to be working on our crafting log once again. And as we are getting past the introductory levels of blacksmithing, the crafting log is going to get a bit more difficult to work with. So the supplies we need are 7 ash lumber, I'm hoping I counted this all correctly, 3 bone chips, 7 brass ingots, 1 clove oil, hopefully we have it, there it is, 22 copper ore, we already have 21 so we just need 1, 1 crow feather. We might not be able to buy that here. It is definitely purchasable, just doesn't look like we have it at this shop. I'll mark that down to look elsewhere. We need some elm lumber, which another thing we cannot get here. Yeah, you can see the problem starting to pop up. Next up we need 1 fish glue, another thing we can't buy here. Then we need 3 hard leather, which thankfully we can get. 63 iron ore, which will be from you. It's so expensive. I hate it. Just eating into my cash reserves. Okay, so after that we need 1 jellyfish humors, which thankfully we can get here, 1 leather, 3 maple lumber, 2 mudstone, which I don't think we can get here, so I will put that on our get later list. Then we need 11 tin ore, 2 undyed cotton cloths, and 1 undyed hempen cloth. Okay, that left us with a few things that we still couldn't get. Let's see. I believe we should be able to get a good chunk of it in Ul'dah, but I believe it'll be cheaper to use the airship than to teleport. So let's go ahead and make a trip over to Ul'dah. My mistake. There's a few things I thought I could get in Ul'dah, but looks like I was incorrect. There is one item I can get in Gridania, I believe from over here near the Aetheryte Plaza. Am I right? Yes. This shopkeeper right here, Ferial, will have crow feathers for us. Also, I made a bit of a mistake. I fixed it as best as I could in editing, but the audio wasn't capturing earlier. Yeah. Apologies for that. I've done my best to add the audio back in where I could. My bad. Alright, for the rest of it, we're going to unfortunately have to go to the market boards, which could get a little pricey. Let's hope it's not too bad. Most of these are things we'll be able to craft in due time, but for now, we don't have the ability to craft them. So, first off, we need all the goat leather, which, thank goodness there's some cheap ones, we just need 2. Next up, we need elm lumber, of which we need 9, I believe? This person's selling 18. It's a little much, but it's also the cheapest way to get some, so perfect. But you can see why I worried about this being expensive. Next up, we've got fish glue, which we can get pretty cheaply, it looks like. I just need 1. For the elm lumber, we just needed 9. Next on our list is the last thing on our list, mudstone. And this one we need 2, so we'll grab this one. Alright, that should be everything we need to do our crafting. So let's go ahead, eat some food. What do we want to eat? Something that's good for crafting. Let's go something lower level so we can try and clear out some of our inventory. Here we go. We'll go with the mint... No? No, we'll go with the salt cod. Finish that off. Alright then, let's see. We need to make a whole bunch of iron ingots, 21 of them. So we'll just go ahead and quick craft that. I can't believe I screwed up and had the game audio turned off. How did that even happen? Oh, I'm so frustrated with myself. It shouldn't be too hard to recapture it. Or get the audio back. I just need Limsa's music, and I need the In's music, and the waking up jingle. That's all I really need. I'm not gonna worry with the sound effects. But God, that I feel dumb. I have got to be more careful, especially with this game. Well, I guess that's just one more thing to add onto my list of things to check because apparently that can get screwed up. Alright, that's done. Next up, we also need 11 bronze ingots. And for the most part, that should be all of the materials we need. I think there will be a few rivets, a few nails here and there, but we can craft them when we get to them. I'll probably be going through the crafting log a little bit haphazardly, skipping things we can't get, or can't build, and then going back to them later once I've got a list of all the secondary crafting materials we need, like nails and rivets. Alright, bronze ingots are done. Let's see what we can craft. First off, some iron nails. Alright, there's our iron nails done. Next up we've got a brass bastard sword. I need to pull the bastard sword into my inventory. It's in my armory right now. Probably same with you. Yeah, we'll pull bronze bastard sword and knuckles out in a minute. Next up we have brass knives. Alright, finish those off, getting us up to level 24. Now, we are way ahead of the curve, it's really nice. Okay, a couple bronze rivets, we'll remember that for later. Pickaxe to my pull from inventory list. Next up we have an iron war axe. Now, crap, really? Wow, I hate how easy it is to run out of CP. Alright, Hasty Touch can probably finish it off. No? Please? There we go. There we go, got our Iron War Axe for our Marauder. Next up we have Iron Labris. There we go, got it taken care of. Then an iron hatchet. Next up we have iron rivets. Beautiful. Next up we have an iron cross-peen hammer. And then an iron doming hammer, and oh my god, there is actually so many things we need to craft. This is a long list. Thank you, Blacksmith. I think Blacksmith tends to have some of the longer crafting lists in the game. Alright, doming hammer done, and we're almost to level 25. Next up, the chaser hammer, using up some of our iron rivets. Which also, yes, means I have overcounted again. Because I didn't account for the fact that I would be making iron rivets in the process of this. Oh well, overcounting's better than undercounting. Alright, level 25. Very nice. Okay, Initiate's Head Knife. We're gonna need a Mudstone Oh god, really? I didn't have to go get... Oh. Right, I screwed up. Yeah, I definitely was not paying enough attention when I was doing this crafting list. Whetstone, we absolutely could have bought, I think. No, we couldn't. So we would have had to craft it ourselves. Or just buy one directly off the market board. Dang it! I had a bad feeling that was gonna happen. That's something I've been worried about while building out the list of what I need for crafting. Because when I go to look at the recipe trees in-game, the recipe trees and the raw material lists don't really say, oh, this item in the recipe tree you need to make as a specific crafter class. It just says, hey, you need to make this at some point. So, unfortunately, if I forget which crafter builds something, apparently that slipped through, and I was worried that was going to happen at some point. Whetstone's not made by anything I have yet, but I forgot to mark that down. Oh well, once we have all the crafters, which should be fairly soon, it'll be much, much easier to not have that happen. Alright, next up we have Initiate's Hatchet. And then a Brass Viking Sword, we're gonna need to pull that out. Brass Bastard Sword, I think, is up there, so we'll be making that in a little bit. Next up, Iron Daggers. Another weapon for our rogue. I think I want to go one more. Yep. Okay, I was right. Ooh, an excellent. Very good. Got lucky there. Next up, we have an Initiate Saw, which requires more rivets. We'll hold off on that for a moment. Iron Claw Hammer. Alright, next up and the last item on the main list is the Iron Pickaxe. Alright then. Now that we've gone through the list once, let's go ahead and clean up our inventory just slightly. Anything we've crafted, I'm just gonna toss into my armory chest, and then we'll see what we can equip. We're making so many tools. Alright then. Blacksmith can equip the crossbeam hammer, armor can equip the patins and the doming hammer, culinarian can equip the patins, fisher can equip nothing, rogue can equip the knives. Oh, uh-oh. Sure, I'll replace it with an iron war axe, which is the best available. How did that end up happening? I thought I specifically made sure to leave that in my inventory. And Arcanist gets nothing. Alright, let's see what we need to make for this second round. We need iron rivets. And right, we need to pull out a bunch of swords. Viking sword. Pickaxe. Saw. Okay, hang on. Viking sword, bronze pickaxe, amateur saw. Bronze bastard sword as well. Amateur saw. Bronze pickaxe. Alright, what else did we need to pull out? Bronze knuckles and bronze bastard sword I just pulled out. So we just gotta find the bronze knuckles then. There's the bronze knuckles. Pull you back out and let's craft that second round. Alright, level 26. We've gained, what, 2 levels already? 3 maybe, today? Speeding through, even when we're significantly higher level than what we're crafting. Alright then, brass knuckles are done. We need 2 bronze rivets. While I'm thinking about it, let's make 1 set of iron rivets, since I know we need those. And then let's go make the 2 bronze rivets. Alright, Chocobo Tail Saw, you're next. Oh, and we picked up a new ability, Innovation. Let's check what that does. Oh, not Adventure Plate. Let's check what that does real quick. Innovation increases the efficiency of touch actions by 50% for 4 steps. Nice. So, partners with Waste Not and Veneration. And I think Great Strides as well. Oh crap, did I use Waste Not twice? Oh, I very well could have accidentally used it twice. Oh no. Oh well, it's fine. We made it to full quality anyway. Alright, Chocobo Tail Saw is done. Next up is the Plumed Bronze Pickaxe. Alright, next up, scrolling down the list, Initiate's Head Knife. We need the Mudstone Whetstone that I screwed up on. So we'll do the Brass Viking Sword next. Oh god, this crafting is getting a lot more difficult. Look at that, we need to do 5, I think? 5 steps of progress just to finish the Brass Viking Sword. Thankfully, we're getting an excellent. Thank you, game. That's very generous. Alright, Brass Viking Sword is done. Next up is the Carnage Sword. Alright, here's hoping we can make it all the way through this. I think we've got it. Yeah, we've got it. But yeah, that difficulty is increasing for sure. And we got an achievement, an eye for detail. Alright, initiate saw is next. Oh, thank goodness, this one looks much easier. And yeah, we'll call that good. I'd have been very sad if I rolled the 2% chance of failure. Okay, so we now just need one mudstone whetstone. God, I can't believe I screwed that up. Mudstone, whetstone, not the mudstone itself. We need one. Okay, that puts me under 1,000 gil. I'm not really happy about that at all. In the slightest. That's gonna make the rest of the crafting really difficult. Oh dear. I'm gonna have to figure out how to make some money. Honestly, I can probably sell off a good chunk of what I've been crafting and make a good chunk of it back. Probably not all of it, definitely not all of it, but better than nothing. Alright. That is our crafting log. Let's go ahead and fill this into our armory chest. Make sure we have equipped everything that we can equip. Alright, looks like we are good. Then let's go ahead and sell off anything we don't need. Clear up our inventory a little bit. And make some of that cash back. Alright, let's see. So we have, for the rogue, we can sell the brass daggers. For the Arcanist, we can sell the engraved leather grimoire. Blacksmith, we can sell the Birdbeak's hammer. We're not getting a lot of money out of this. Oh no. Armor, we can sell everything below the doming hammer. No, not you. You're for goldsmith, not for armor. Okay. Next up we have Culinarian. No skillets to sell. Alright, Fisher, we can sell 2 fishing rods. Oof. Dang it. I was really hoping we could sell a lot more than this. I can sell the spiked bronze labris, though. Let's do that. Not making a lot of cash at all. And then I don't think there's really much we can sell in our gear. No, not really, except maybe our secondary tools. Let's see, Blacksmith has a bronze file we can sell. Armor has nothing. Culinarian has nothing. And Fisher has nothing. Dang it. That is a problem. We are now extremely poor, and I have nothing to sell to make that money back. Oh, you know what? There is one last possibility for something we could sell. Please tell me I have a few. No, I have been reckless with my money. I have been very reckless with my money. This sucks. No! Okay, crap. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure this out. I will figure this out probably off screen. I can honestly probably redo some of the leave quests. since those are a pretty good source of income. They can be a pretty good source of income, but that also might end up with me gaining a few levels off screen, so if I come back next time and several of my classes have gained a lot of levels, apologies. But yes, I think that about does it for what we can do for today, so next time on Final Fantasy XIV, now that we've made more progress with blacksmithing, we're gonna go ahead and move on to armor next, it looks like. So I will see everyone next time as we take on our next armor quest, and then do what crafting we can, hoping that I don't have to spend an extreme amount of money. Oh god, I am poor. I'll see everyone next time for that.